It's among the world's most highly viewed sporting events, but when the World Cup arrives in Brazil next month, it won't be nearly as popular. According to a recent poll, less than half of Brazilians favor hosting the games, with the majority in the football-crazed nation saying the tournament will do more harm than good. Why the dramatic turnabout? The controversy stems in part over government priorities and spending. According to Forbes magazine, the cost of stadium construction and upgrades has now exceeded $3.5 billion, more than 3 times the original estimate, with Bloomberg News estimating the final figure, including some infrastructure upgrades, could surpass $14.4 billion. And while the government argues the games are expected to boost Brazil's economy by about $90 billion, opponents counter that money spent on the Cup should be used to make badly needed improvements in the country's infrastructure, such as hospitals and school systems. We begin in Sao Paulo, Brazil, where, with barely a month left, work remains on preparations. Last year's December deadline for stadium readiness was missed, and 3 of 12 venues to stage the tournament remain unfinished. CCTV's Lucrecia Franco has the story.
Teams of construction workers recently tested the Sao Paulo stadium they need to finish for the 2014 World Cup. The stadium will host the opening match between Brazil and Croatia on June 12th, but it's far from completion. Last November, a crane collapsed part of the roof, killing 2 workers and causing major delays to the curtain raiser venue. 2 other World Cup stadiums behind schedule are Cuiabá in the northwest of Brazil and Curitiba in the southeast. They are expected to be ready at the last minute. But organizers say the tournament is on track despite the setbacks.
It was a difficult organization, but again, and that's what I always repeat, I don't think that there are many organizers who understand the scale of organizing a World Cup. It is a huge event to organize.
Brazil, however, had 7 years to prepare for the tournament and is still struggling to finish venues, renovate airports and build roads. Infrastructure that would need to be completed in the next few weeks. The Maracanã Stadium in Rio de Janeiro, that will stage the finals, for example, went through a 3-year renovation project. And even now, 1 year after it was delivered, there's still work to be done on the surrounding areas.
Pronto ainda não.
Not yet ready, but on the day of the Cup it will be, as everything else that happens in Brazil. Here things happen at the last minute, but it'll be fine.
Mas acontecem bem.
It is Brazil's optimistic nature, as President Dilma Rousseff stressed earlier this year at a meeting with FIFA's president, Joseph Blatter.
The Brazilian government will do everything and the stadiums will be ready. The stadiums are relatively simple constructions and we will do everything to make this World Cup the cup of all cups.
But FIFA is being cautious. The World Football governing body is holding back 7% of the tickets until they know how many seats will be available in the unfinished stadiums. Lucrecia Franco, CCTV, Rio de Janeiro.